got your cup?
Oh, yeah.
You can sit it up here if you want to. If it's good over there, you good.
I'm sometimes if I start talking passionate, I don't
You
want.
move
Like,
that.
see, look, I didn't even mean to do that. My bad.
That's totally fine.
So I was like, nah, it's just better if it's
Keep it low.
over there, not even by the chair so much.
I feel uncomfortable in the seat, and I'm trying not to be uncomfortable. All right, I think I'm good now. I hate we got a microphone. I set one for you. But we don't have a cord. We still one? Oh, you wasn't here last week? Last week it was me, Lara, and Naeem. The craziest mix ever. Because they both was stressing me out and getting my nerves and arguing with me the whole time. And you can't win when it's them two. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Should I look neat on camera? I'm up. I'm good. All right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Welcome back, Soulies, for another episode of Eat Your Heart Out. It's the first episode of 2025. I feel like when I was younger, I thought I would never see 2025. This seems like a weird year, like, to be alive, like 2025. But today I have a very special guest. I have Marcus. Marcus, please say hi to my Soulies.
What's up, Soulies? What's up, Soulies?
Soulies is like a nickname for soulmates, people who I'm not intimate with, basically, but I love you like a soulmate, basically.
Right, cool.
So,
What's up, Soulies?
so I met Marcus through Marquise Divine. We met. You was doing his podcast before I did his podcast that day, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love Marquise Divine. Like, I gotta bring him back on here. He's like the soul food you need of podcasting. Like, you know how you gotta eat some food. Like, Marquise is like the perfect person to like podcast with. But introduce yourself as my Soulies, please.
What's up, Soulies? I'm Marcus, aka Mr. More the King. Dang, what else do you want me to say?
Your podcast.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Founder and podcast host of King Status Podcast. It's about voice empowerment, mainly voice empowerment for anybody, artists, community leaders, business owners. And the goal is self-highness, reaching self-highness.
And when you say self-highness, what you mean? Like, in
the best version of you.
Okay.
Best version of you. And it's like a play on names, your highness, but the king status, but it's like you reach self-highness, and that's kind of where the Mr. More the King and everything about that stems from. You gotta look at yourself in your own world, like you the ruler of your world. Who's gonna stop you?
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I like that. And you filmed it. Why? Was it like something you was going through in your life, or is it something you feel like people needed?
Voice empowerment for myself.
Okay.
Like, just help give a voice, but also just as a creator, like it's just one of those things. Media was always my thing. I always had the camera. I was always wanting to walk around with the camera, and I did music first.
Oh.
And then it was just another way of just turning that craft or that skill into just talking.
Right.
Well, it's not just talking. I don't want nobody ever thinking that
we talking.
Yeah. No. But that's not what you're to get to somewhere like Eat Your Heart Out.
Right.
Like, it ain't just talking.
No.
It ain't just talking.
What you mean? Like, what's behind it? You feel like it's more like passion you're saying, or
passion, skill,
okay,
real skill, understanding, community, confidence, definitely. Because even when I see like how you switched off and like now you do those what do you call them? Like just those outside interviews. You may ask somebody a question. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, that is bold to me, because I'm like, man, with these Gen Zers and these YNs, I'm like, and they're liable to say any or do anything on that camera. And I'm pretty sure it's probably some things you might cut out and all.
Absolutely.
But I'm just saying, just to do that, and as a woman, like hat off to you.
Thank you. You're totally right, because I always tell Larry, we did something outside recently, and I got there, I was late, because I'm always late. And for my New Year's resolution, guys, I'm working on my timing. Like, I'm going to be better. But I got to the location, and he was like, Larry, don't play. He like, let's go. You know how he be. And I'm like, give me a second. I need to like get my, nerves together. Although I'm not a nervous person, I can't walk in a room and just be like, I'm the party. Like, I had to like kind of, fill the room out. And I was like, I need a shot. And I don't drink like that no more. Like, I kind of quit. I only drink on Tuesdays if we here. But normally I don't go out no more. So anyway, I don't drink as much anymore. And so I was like, I just need a shot. And I needed a shot to like get my nerves together because it's very difficult to go to somebody and be like, you want to get on camera?
Right.
And then most times they're going to say no. So you're like, damn. And that's like talking to a girl, like going to try to talk to a girl. I feel like for men, you strike out probably more than you hit, right? Like, so it's like, I'm like, it's nervous. But anyway, I'm happy you're here. It's the
I
New
feel
Year's.
like that right now.
Really?
I don't know. I said that's why I said when I said it's weird being on the opposite side. Like anytime I'm on the opposite side, it's like oh man, I don't know what to expect. Like what am I gonna say? I hope I don't sound like
No, you're gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna chill. My Soulies love everybody to come on here. So all right, it's the new year, 2025. What is your New Year's resolution?
Just to continue. You know what? The motto is just you don't hope, you hustle.
I like that.
And that's something I heard from Ali Sadiq, the comedian. He said that's what his dad taught him, and it was just like, and that's all it was, like, because 2024 for a lot of people I know was a trying year, and you see, I said even my show, I took a hiatus because I just deal with life, and we was talking about that off camera, like I deal with personal and the internet completely different. I was just talking about it earlier, like I remember the 90s a little, that like, but
right.
So I remember like just just being outside in community and everything. So I'm still like that in a lot of ways. Like that's why when we were talking about what we put on the internet, so much is like
you gotta be very like specific of what you want people to realize, like know about you. Because for me as a woman, like I know I always talk to her a lot about content. He's like, do more content, like get ready with me, just be outside my court. And that's hard for me because I'm always doing a lot. So I can't have the camera up all the time. But people want to know more about your life.
Right.
But it's hard to give everybody everything. I feel like I give everybody everything in my words on the podcast. I tell you about my entire week, my entire life. I say so much things that sometimes I don't regret it, but I'm like, oh, that was too much. But it's out there now. But as far as like being on camera and content all the time, I have to do better with that. Because I'm a content creator at this point, which I never thought I was until like a week ago. I'm an influencer or a content creator. Like, I was on the podcast, so.
And I'll say to you, like, you're helping me. Like, you're saying that. I'm over here like, man, but you don't even know. I'm looking at you feeling like the same exact way.
Really?
Like, man, that's why I brought up a specific thing that you do. I'm like, man, I need to just start doing content. And then, like, so you're saying that, it's shocking to me because I thought, to me, it looks like you're doing a good job.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. But it's always someone that's doing more than you're doing. And I think that's good for me. I don't want to be around people who's not doing anything, especially not doing more than what I'm doing. That is like my motivation. So when I see people like Marquise that's starting his coffee line, I'm like, that's perfect. Like just step out the box. It's like, because for women, it's like either you're going to sell hair weave bundles or you're going to be selling clothes. It's like you can do something different than just that. So I appreciate that. Now, if you can go back to last year, 2024, I'm moving that a lot.
You didn't give your...
My resolution? Yeah. Oh, listen. So mine is just pettiness. Mine is two things. Like, it's literally like pettiness. Like, I want to stop cussing. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try. Right? I told my... I know. I'm gonna put a line. I'm not gonna cuss, but I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna start typing it. I'm joking. I don't want to cuss no more, and I don't want to. What was the first thing I just said? Oh, timing. I want to be better with time. I feel like I'm always late. I'm always rushing, and my son gonna learn how to drive soon one day, and I feel like the way I drive, I don't want him to drive like me. And I don't drive crazy because I want to, but I'm always in a rush. So I'm trying to go step by step. Like if I'm on time, I won't be rushing. I won't be driving crazy. You know how to go.
I understand that. Why not the cussing though? Why? I understand if you don't.
I'm a lady. I feel like men don't, because I know how to turn it off and on real quick. So if I'm attracted to a man, I'm not gonna cuss in front of you. I'm gonna act real like demure. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real like, But if you just the homie, I'm like, what's up? Hey, like I don't have the, So I'm like, why can't I be like that all the time? Just not cussing, a little more quiet. I'm a loud person. Like tell me all the time, like, turn it down, like. But I'm a loud person, so because I love to have fun. I mean, I've been through so much in my life, like dark times. I feel like I made it 2025. I'm gonna turn up every chance I get, and I'm not gonna care about what no one thinks of me. Because if you're watching me so closely, you're complaining about me. I mean, you're not doing enough. You should be busy. Stop watching me. You get what I'm saying? Like so. that's where I'm at in my resolutions right now. So I'm not gonna cut short. I'm be on time. So, but anyway, you can go back to last year because I feel like 2024 was a blur. I feel like it ran by. Like we already at 2025. How we get here, right? If you can go back to the last year, 2024, January 1st, what would you tell yourself different to have you have a better year?
Don't let life beat me down so much, like to the point where I'm just like, I just give up the fight. And I said kind of a quote like that, like you hear a lot of us say things like, life beating me down, or life just punched me, life did this, and I'm like, but if it was a person in the street, you'll fight back, wouldn't you? So like, just look at life like that, and that's one of my biggest regrets, especially like with my show taking the hiatus, because I let it affect my craft too. Yes. Like I let it just take me completely out to where I was just like, and I was off social media completely too though. Like, cause again, going back to like when I deal with real life, I go deal with it. Yeah. And like, cause I don't want to be going through it all the time, but I was seeing a lot of y'all, you included, like that was asking me like, hey, what's going on with your show? And it's like I'm like, dang. And then so I have that encouragement of being told like, look, people are like, they're asking about you, like they're wondering, like, so you can't just get low on yourself either, like to where it just takes you out your craft. And so that's definitely the main thing out of anything I could say. That is just just fight back. Yeah.
It's something you said earlier about community. Like, I'm lucky to have community because it's so many times I'll be like, I can't do this no more, and I'll call Lionel yesterday and we'll talk. And I'm like, Lionel, like I need some encouragement because I love Eat Your Heart Out so much. I know he named it. We was gonna do names. It was the first name he named. Like, you should call it Eat Your Heart Out. Like, he's so good with that. Like I mean, he talk a lot of shit. He talk a lot of trash. I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna start over at 11:11. But because he talk out of trash, he's so good with naming stuff. But I love Eat Your Heart Out, but it can be hard because I feel like I give so much of my like personal life on here or whatever, which I don't mind. But like you said, when life start beating you down, I have a hard time giving myself grace. I'll give everybody else around me grace and be like, Lionel, you're gonna be good. I know you did this, but it's gonna be better. But for myself, I'm like, you should know better, Ish. Like, you should do better. Like, not to put myself in third person, but this is what I say to myself to kind of like push myself or whatever. Because I told Lionel yesterday, I'm like, last year, I feel like I'm good with money, right? But I feel like last year I spent more money than I was making. So not having like a financial support for myself scares me because I grew up poor and I don't want to ever go back there. So because of that, I go into work mode. I'm like, I'm gonna get 2 jobs. I'm gonna hustle. I'm gonna do whatever. Right. And my son might be like, we ain't broke though, but it's like, but we can get there quickly. Right. If you're spending more than you're making, you can get broke really quick. So because of that, I'm like always in go mode. So when that happens, I'm like you. I don't want to do the content. I don't want to. I'm like, can we skip the pod this week? But I'm so blessed. I have a community like Lionel who's like, no, we're not skipping it. It's 1 hour a week. Get down here, come down here, and we're gonna record. Talk about your problems on a pod. It'll help. And I felt like pod, and for me, is therapeutic.
And I think that's the special thing. Like, that's the only thing I'm missing. Like when you have a team where they can say to you, it's only an hour a week, and then they can help you do it. It's like, in this case now, it's like I'm doing everything myself. It's hard. It's like so to get it up and then, try to, and then still have the energy, like to get on there and, oh, I want to have energy on the show. I want to be able to give the show what it needs. Right. Like, I'm not one of them. I don't want to get on my own show and then because if I'm looking down and not want to talk, who's really going to want to pay attention if I don't look interested?
Exactly. Right? Exactly. It's hard to push yourself, but I think that, like you said, 2025, it got to be the year of the, what's this year going to be called? Quarter water? No, I'm joking. The year to hustle. Not hope, but hustle, right? That's what you said, right? Yep. Yeah, we like that. All right, cool.
You don't hope, you hustle.
All right, so I've always felt like for a long time with potting, before I was potting, I was looking for my passion. People always say, look for your passion. You find your passion. If your passion is something that you do, you don't mind doing for free, and it can make you money, they say. Right. Yeah. So I feel like I didn't know my passion until I started potting, which I love to like talk. And in my family, I talk trash to them all the time. So like I never thought about like that's gonna be something I'm gonna enjoy doing, but I do it. I enjoy doing it. Do you think you found your passion?
I think just creating is my passion.
Okay.
I would definitely say it's definitely a passion, but it stems more from the community aspect, the big brother aspect. Like I got little brothers, and I got younger siblings and everything. I got friends that so I'm always like been a big brother, and I'm a middle child.
Oh,
so,
sorry to hear that.
So
middle kids get it the worst. I feel like, yeah.
But so it stems more from that. That's why my pod isn't just. I'm not just talking about just anything. I'm really talking about what men go through and how you can be better, how you can be there for your family. Like, let's talk about real things. Let's talk about, men going to therapy, what you've been through in life. Just anything. Because I feel like, it's layers to all of us. And I feel like what you do, like what I see you do, I can't do it like that.
No, because I'm loud. That's the difference.
I can't do it like that. And, but again, it's still like, and that's not even who I am anymore. So it's like I'm going more off of who I am to the public, who I am on a daily, who I am to my family, and it's just like I'm calling, giving advice, and it's not that I got it all together either. I'm learning, but it's just like a lot of my life has been like I took the walk myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a question. I was talking about.
I hope I'm answering.
No, you're doing great. You are doing great in your timing. You're a podcaster. Okay, so I have a question, right? So when you're in relationships and you're dating, right? I feel like men get it the worst because I feel like even if you're in a great situation, if the woman has trauma, we're always blaming you for something. And I know you specialize in this, I feel like, in my mind, right? How do men deal with, like, I don't know, seeing it, like, you must be cheating, you're not treating me right, and you're trying your best to be perfect to this woman, but you're getting, like, blamed for things that you're not doing. How do men deal with situations like that?
I'm gonna be honest. I never really been through that.
Okay.
Or it's like anytime I got accused was when I wasn't doing it, but I was the best when I was. But for your question in particular, you just still give her that security.
Oh, how you do that?
You just continue proving it, and like I'm just one of them. Like I don't complain about much. I don't like just show with actions. Like, okay. And then some of the stuff you do still got to make them realize. You can't just let her get away with the talk. Like sometimes you gotta be like, hey, sometimes you gotta sit there like, hey, I've been doing this with you. I've been here with you.
Right.
And one thing I learned, and this is advice for all men, like I'm telling you, you cannot match I learned that tone to women.
Yeah, okay.
It's a lot.
Okay.
It is a lot. You can say all the right stuff, but if your tone if you talk just a little too passionate, too much with your hands, like women and like y'all, they'll hear it.
I'm looking like
they hear it a little differently.
Okay.
So, and I know that, and that takes maturity. I'm not saying like I got it right away, but it takes time. You got to learn like you can't match with that energy, like how a woman may be. Y'all are emotional, but I don't blame women for being women.
Yes.
Like I'm not one of these, and I talk about these guys all the time on my podcast. Don't make me one of these other podcasters. I'm not that just bash women and say all that, because I know plenty of men who I'm like, yo, why would you think a woman would be like that to you in particular? Like, so that's one of the reasons why I say to that answer, like when you asked me and I said I never really had that experience,
right?
Because nobody really did that to me. Because again, I'm showing you, I'm spending time with you, and I'm not anywhere. I'm giving you attention. But yes, it takes time, but you just gotta keep showing it and sometimes you gotta remind them a little.
Yeah. I think I have a friend, my girlfriend, she has a guy. I think this guy's so good to her, right? But she keeps like saying, I know he's doing something. I know something's wrong. Something's off. And I feel like a lot of times when we traumatize, because I've been here before, we are waiting for the ball to drop. Like life could be so good. You're like, but I know something's coming because the last guy did this or my dad did this. A lot of times it stems from your relationships with your parents, I feel like. So it's like you're waiting for the ball to drop. So you are constantly wondering what he's doing, like he has to do something wrong, and I feel like that kind of is hurting her relationship. Mm-hmm. And as a friend, I'm always giving my honest opinion to my friends, right. But I feel like no matter what I say to her, she just is like waiting for the ball to drop. That's why I was like asking, like, what can a man do? Should a man give up at a certain point? Like, all right, look, I'm not cheating. I'm not stealing your money. I'm not doing any of these things. Like, so what else can I do to ensure that you are comfortable or you trust me? Because I feel like without trust, then what is the relationship?
Still, you gotta make them understand like
Yeah.
the mistakes of what their dad did and what other men did, and because we fall too much in, because that's still a piece of comparison. You're still comparing them to what everybody else did when they have nothing on the list that they done but be a man.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so what's your biggest regret in life thus far? You like, I have a list. You like, because I'll tell you mine if you need more time, or you got it.
I always say, because I don't have many. I really don't. If we're talking about anything I wish I could have did better, it was when when I first moved out, and you don't understand bills like that yet, doesn't mean like, yo, just go buy a new car too, and then like you didn't even get used to, these bills are coming monthly. So if we're talking about that, that's just as far as like a tangible, like if I'm like, yo, just to be a little better, like a more ahead, I just wish I didn't get that car, that Dodge. But as far as anything else, really, it's just, not being confident with anything, like just letting my insecurities take over me. Like, and I always tell people, like, when music artists, because I A&R too, I say I made the biggest mistake. I don't know if you know DJ Toomp. He used to work with T.I., Heavy, and like Rick Ross and stuff. I always say I made the biggest mistake to someone that could have possibly changed my life, like my situation. And that was like, I told the story a few times on the show because I was in Atlanta, first time in Atlanta. I'm A3C. So, you could get next to a lot of these people and have a conversation, which you did. But so we got the DJ Toomp. So I got my, it was CDs at the time still. This was 2014, so people still had CDs. So like I gave him that, and what he said to me, he was like, "Is this my shit?" And I said, "I hope so." So when my homie did, he came over my shoulder. Hell yeah, it's your shit like that. Man, DJ Toomp walked away. My homie turned around, looked at me, and said, "Now why the fuck would you do that? Like now he gonna go out there and frisbee that shit like." But I understood that, like, yo, because it's in the moment. So that's why I tell anybody, if like you bring something to me that you want me to be impressed by, I'm like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, what would you rate that? If you say a 7, I'm like, bruh, like,
you're not ready yet.
Yeah, don't try to make me confident in something that you're not confident in. And I don't care if you feel like, yo, this is more one of my mediocre ones. That's why I tell everybody, show the best thing first.
Yep.
The thing you got complimented the most on, everything, show that first.
I think that confidence is everything. You said it earlier also. Like being confident in yourself or being confident in what you do is so important. So if you can give yourself advice, I guess your advice would be what? To like just be confident, I'm guessing, at all times, or
don't believe the lies that you believe being told about you growing up, and like you really that nigga.
Yeah,
like you really that nigga. For
title of the confidence.
I couldn't find no. I was about to say something.
Good.
I was like, man, it's just like, and you don't make it to places like on Eat Your Heart Out if you don't have some type of skill or anything. So
This is my favorite guest this year so far. I just love it.
Hey, that was dirty. I thank you, but
in the moment. Listen, I think my biggest regret is like for women. I think it's every woman's biggest regret. We always feel like we're not at our best, and we're always looking to get to our best. We're like, I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna be the best. So when I get in, I can fit into these jeans. Then I'm gonna start doing more. I'm gonna start being out more. I'm gonna find my man. Then I think a lot of women, we get caught up, and next thing you know, it's like 5 years go by and you still single because you don't go outside because you're waiting to get in your best shape or you want to be your best self. And I feel like that's a lot of things those are things that hold us back from being our best self. Because I feel like you're not going to date or be with somebody or find somebody if you in the house. Now years go by, you disagree? Like, I see your face. I see you disagreeing with me.
No, I can't disagree with you. That's so true. I can't. But I do think that's what gets a lot of people in trouble when they get in relationships.
What you mean? Lionel says Lionel said that's what get people in a lot of trouble when they're in relationships. What part is that?
Because you're fighting a demon and I'm
Yeah.
with you. Like you fighting something that's not realistic to me and I can't see it.
Right.
You start fighting a ghost. I don't see it.
Lionel said women out here fighting ghosts because you are traumatized and they're not, and they with you, which makes sense. Lionel.
No, that's true.
It makes sense.
It's true.
Yeah.
I like that analogy. I like that.
That makes sense.
But I think a lot of us are still.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why, and one thing I learned to stop doing, especially as a father with a daughter, it's a lot of things that just that taught me, and that's why I'm like, no, I don't get mad at women for doing things women do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not one of them.
And
Like,
I don't take any offense to that.
it gets annoying sometimes, but
Yeah.
like, kids get annoying. Like,
Yeah,
so
very much so. Kids are very annoying.
Yeah.
I have a kid. He's very annoying.
Nah, but that mean he love you.
Yes, and he don't care. He be like, "Ma, I love you," but I'm just still asking you to do 25 things in 10 minutes. But all right, so let's go through some of the top resolutions we think people have. Period. So like, let's just name some stuff. We don't gotta be in order. Let's just name some stuff. I feel like working out. Everybody
Working
feel like
out
they
is
should work
always
out.
number one.
That's number one, right? What you think? We'll just go back and forth a few times.
I'm gonna leave that person alone.
Women always gonna move on. We always gonna move on for the new year. Like new year, new me. New year, new nigga. That's how I go, right? I also think people move a lot when the year come. They want to reset and start over somewhere else for some odd reason. Like
they rush it too. Like,
yeah,
they'll move to the worst part just because they want to move
for the new year.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They want to.
Yeah.
That's true.
What you got, Marcus?
I thought I'd just do a good
No, we go ahead and name a few.
I'm trying to think.
We're gonna name a few. Don't rush it. What you got, Lionel?
I think to play on what you were saying earlier.
I got one.
I think women think that they gotta like sculpt their bodies a certain type of way.
Oh yeah.
So they'll rush to
yes.
things such as BBLs and surgery. It's like
Lionel said BBL surgeries was number one for the new year. Let's get my body right for the new year.
But they'll rush it though.
They're rushing it.
Like,
yeah.
they're not even getting it.
Like the right way. Yeah.
I'm not against surgeries. I think surgeries are great.
Yeah.
But if you
It's a great.
If you rush into surgery, it's like
Cause you might get the wrong surgeon. You might and you might
get the body and not have the mind.
Right.
For it.
That is Lionel said you might get the body and not have the mind for it. I like that. Because a lot of people I see girls doing stuff like small jobs, right? I think before they got the BBL in their mind they felt like I'm gonna get this BBL and I'm gonna walk into Saquon Barkley and he going like wife me up. I'm a bad bitch now.
Oh no, he like bony white women.
Exactly. Oh,
I'm sorry, but
they
like,
said they thought she was the nanny. I would hate if I'm somebody's wife.
I saw a documentary with it like of him, so that's how I knew early. I was
That's
like, oh,
crazy.
that's the.
But I don't want to be thought as of the nanny. Like, is she the nanny or that's the wife? Like,
Oh,
I would walk in the room like, they gotta be his wife.
Damn,
trophy
man,
wife.
he ain't gonna autograph my jersey.
I
man.
know.
But
I'm a
was just
football
being
fanatic.
I knew a girl that got a BBL and she didn't keep up with it. So that's what I'm saying.
I know a lot of girls like that.
They get BBLs and they think that they don't gotta work out. They think they don't gotta get.
Yep.
What is it called?
The
A faja? What is it?
the faja is the actual garment that holds you up. But I think they think that when you get it, I have someone that's close to me who got a BBL, and I had got pulled into. You ever watch that show where it's like TSA pull you into the back room and search through your stuff?
Yeah.
So I had somebody close to me got a BBL. I was going to Tulum that week, but they was getting their BBL done in DR. So I was like, as a good person, I'm gonna go and make sure they're good. It's going by themselves. Now, mind you, get a BBL in DR, you got to be there for 12 days afterwards. You can't leave.
Yeah.
So you got to because you just got surgery, like it's major surgery. So she got the BBL. She had to stay for 12 days, but she was alone. So I was like, all right, I'll come. That's the elevator. I hope so. That's something different, right? So I was like, I'll come and be with you. So I went to DR for one day, and I stayed there while she got surgery, and it's called a safe house. And we took her to the safe house, and they stay in this house. People, mind you, these people don't speak English. So to get BBL, you gotta be a strong person mentally also, because you gotta be right for your family for 12 days. You could be on the verge of dying, but you like, look, I'm gonna look good. So she goes there, and I drop her off there, and I go back home. Then the next 2 days later, I went to Tulum. because I'm traveling out of the country so many times, I had a book bag the first day, just going to DR for one day and going back home. So I went to Tulum 2 days later with my friends, and they like, come on, sis, come in here. Because they get every time you in out the airport, basically, in out the country. So they like, come here. They like rip my book bag open, search and do stuff. They're like, you transporting drugs. I'm like, no, I'm not. They like, you gotta be because you were just in DR 2 days ago. Yeah. You going to Tulum today? What you doing? Like, and I'm like, really? I just went for a surgery. And the guy laughed and said, Dad, you could have been said that. We'd have known because a lot of people go. When I left DR airport, no lie, y'all, it had to be like 200 women in wheelchairs come from getting surgery because you can't. Somebody got to wheel you onto the airport. Yeah, they got to wheel you to the airport. Yeah. That shit is real. But just saying, like, I feel like some people do these BBLs and they're not mentally ready for that. Like, I'm not against any of that. I'll get it all done, maybe. I don't know. But I'm not against it. But you got to be, like you said, emotionally, spiritually, physically
Somebody
ready.
Somebody be ready for the attention. And like, imagine never being looked at and then you get looked at all the time.
That could open up.
And the creeps come out.
Yes. And then you could go from having 2 bodies to 20 real quick because some girls not used to the attention. Mm-hmm. And then now something you kind of like give yourself to everybody because you're like, oh, he really liked me, not knowing like, no, men are just kind of. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like no, he just like
because that's what
want to touch you at this point. Like, you good for that?
I got one more.
Oh, I'm listening. No,
it ain't.
I'm listening.
They say they're gonna stop drinking in the new year.
Look, I'm not drinking no more. Like, which I don't get is you be nervous when you do not nervous. I don't be wanting to be in my head when I do a podcast. So it's like, this is how. You want some more? It's only champagne. You good?
I mean, I just started drinking this.
Really?
Yeah, the whole time I was talking, I was like, I just wanted a little etiquette, like
I hear you.
So when you were talking, that's when I picked it up.
Okay, all right, good. I mean, we are very loose in the pod.
Nah, that's okay. And you're a wonderful host. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's really important because I've been to a pod before where like they didn't talk to me before we started, and then we got in a pod. They just started doing a pod, and I was so confused. I'm like, you don't want to build a rapport with somebody? That's kind of like people actually have like sex and not converse prior. I could never imagine that. Like. I guess a financial transaction at that point, but like I feel like that. I feel like if I meet somebody want to do business together, I want to say hello. How you doing? How you feeling? With some water? Can you imagine just meeting somebody and be like, "Here go 40," and then
got the nerve to turn the camera on?
Like, wait, what's up?
How many dates should you do before you have sex with somebody?
Oh man, listen to you, Marcus.
You're an adult. You could do what you want. Like,
what would you do? Like,
as an adult, I'm doing what I'm doing. Shoot, I did that and got married still.
Really?
So I'm like, me
too.
First, like,
me too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think I was in college, of course. It was the first night, and we still got married.
Yeah.
We got divorced though. But I don't help anybody. I'm just telling you what I did.
No, I'm just. But again, that's the reason why I'm saying like,
you do what you want.
It don't matter. You grown. You can do what you want. I'm just that person. I'm like, yo, whatever 2 adults agree to do is on them. That's right. Not my business.
Do you think that if someone meets and like they immediately have sex, is like I always say that some people say it takes wife off the table. Like, I'm not going to wipe this girl. She has sex with me too quickly. Is that a turn off for some men?
Yes.
Yeah?
Now, if I, like, it's like, and I'm talking quick like this. Like, what I mean is, y'all might have met online and then y'all been talking for a little. Then y'all meet up, might have a date. And then it's like, but y'all been talking. Not, oh, I just met you in the club or at the bar and we go out in the parking lot. Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, my God, in the parking lot.
Not.
No. Oh, yeah, I
or just meet me at the hotel. It's like, like, I just met you. Just met you. We don't. If I just met you, I probably don't even remember your name like that.
That is craziness.
I'm just being all the way real.
Do you believe in somebody being? I'm not gonna say too freaky, but I'm gonna say too freaky. Somebody that's too freaky to a point where you're like, I'm not wifing it. I mean, she cool.
From the beginning.
Do women do that? Like, I'm not gonna wife because he a little too rambunctious. He a little too.
Most men are really boring. Like most men, I feel like I always say the Bobby Brown and Whitney effect. Like most men follow their woman. Like they was kind of saying like Bobby was doing stuff, but I feel like he's tried it because Whitney was already on it. You know what I mean? Like so, like most men gonna follow what that woman do. And my mom always, my grandma used to always tell me like a man will follow your lead. Like, and that's why she always preach to me, be a strong woman, because you don't want to follow a man lead because he never know where he going. Like I don't know if she made that up or if it's the Bible. I don't know, but she always said that. But I think Black strong women teach you how to be too much of a strong woman sometimes because then you don't trust men. I think because of that, I didn't trust a man leading me because she always said like, make sure you know what you're doing because you don't want to be led by the wrong man. So I don't know, but yeah, I think men sometimes if I'm freaky, they freaky. If I'm not, they not. They just follow my lead, yeah. But sometimes when you meet a guy who gets a lot of women, they are very borderline. I don't know which way you want to go next, and I don't know if I want to be with you anymore. If you understand what I'm saying.
I mean,
Marcus is like, you want to say something?
no. I definitely was thinking because I like that topic of her like just being a strong woman. But first, what was? Hold on. What did you just say? Because I was like, after you said that, I was like, okay, I want to respond to that too. But
I was saying that sometimes, like, if you meet a man that, like, you know, I feel like every man don't get a lot of women, right? Every man don't have the luxury of life of dating whoever they want to date or whoever they want to date, right? But there's some men who actually get a lot of bitches, like whoever they want. So those men who like get whatever they want and so many bitches in their life, at some point they become too freaky that they begin to cross the line to the other side of the sexual line. So you're not sure of what they really want. You like, do you really want me to be here or my brother? That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes men get too freaky and you be like, I don't know what you really want in the relationship.
okay, because this started with I almost forgot about that original question like of the two freaky.
Yes.
No. I definitely think a lot of us guys. I know I'm kind of boring. Like when you said like I'm not.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I don't have like them crazy stories. I just have the experiences, but I don't have the. Oh yeah, I got caught in the hallway and we was just like, oh yeah, let me do it. I was, but I don't got this story. Like when I listen to hear people do that, I'm like, yo, that'd be interesting to me. But
yeah, how you get there?
But I do agree with you because I'm telling you that was a huge battle for me. Of okay, do I really want to do this? And that's why with my marriage and like when I got in that relationship, it was so like it was a fresh start because I literally said to myself like, yo, I can't like. Hiding my phone in my shoe or tucking tucking it under the couch when we chilling. It's like it's doing too much changing names and all that. Like so that's why like in that gap when I was able to be single again, I'm gonna just be honest on camera. I was in relationships, but I was young, so I was still very much doing my thing. So, but so like after that, when I was able to be single for a little, I was literally like. Oh, I love the fact I don't have to lie. I just love the fact I don't have to lie. Like I could just like do whatever because we don't owe each other no loyalty. Like I wasn't one of them like, oh, we started talking. You tell me, oh, you're still talking to other people. I'm not mad at you because I'm like, I still do. Like I'm not about that. We ain't exclusive to each other. But
men say that, but I feel like y'all don't mean it.
Oh, I definitely mean it because I'm one of those. Well, no, because I was one of those. I understood like, oh, if I could get one, I could get another one. And I always say when I turned 15, it changed my 15 changed my life for me.
What happens at 15? I need to know this.
I don't
I need to know this. When I get home. Let's take some fucking notes. This make me cuss, see? You gotta bring it up. What happened at 15, Marcus?
Oh no, when 15, when you after like that growth spurt kind of hit, like started hitting that voice change and then your style changed a little, like Jesus. Oh, it changed everything for me. It changed. Yep. Oh yeah, you definitely. Oh, and this time too. Oh. You go to with a hose. I'm saying, like and it's a flip. I always say mine switched. Like it went from when my uncle and my grandma called the house, they thought I was my sister and my mom. Right to they thought I was my pop and my brother, like my older brother. And then And then 15 was like really when my growth spurt hit. Like so, my
Yeah.
voice was deep, everything, and then I was just like, and then so I always say like 14 was the last year I was thirsty.
Really?
Because 15 it changed me forever,
Punishment.
forever.
Yeah, put your kids on punishment when they already there. You gotta be like, you going on punishment. You know what I do? You 15. You go on punishment. That's it.
Yeah, I got a nephew that's like, if what I heard, my sister told me, yeah, talk to him, and I'm not gonna lie. I went and talked to him. All I said was, I'm not gonna tell you to stop because there's no way you're gonna stop because there was no
Yeah.
way you were gonna tell me to stop like when I started, and I just that's exactly what I said. I told him, be safe and don't let your mom see the evidence. Like, don't walk around like.
He said, "Be sneaky." This is why men
No,
are
no,
so
no,
sneaky
no.
right now, right? Because
No.
your dad,
No,
the dad and the uncle be like, "You gotta hide shit. You got
No.
you don't let them see it. You gotta do better."
because he was. Like,
Marcus,
she was
I'm
telling me,
disappointed in you.
she was walking in, like said he was walking in. He got hickeys all over. I'm like, yo, like
No.
if you gonna be doing that, like get him somewhere where you could cover. Like, don't be all in here. They all on.
Let me say this, right, y'all. So y'all know I have a kid. His dad's supposed to go and tell him stuff, right? And next thing I know, I would go in there, it'd be like condoms. I'm like, what's happening? He said, well, Dad said, and I'm like, this is why sometimes you can't send a man because you make it worse. It's like, this is not what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to be like, listen, you shouldn't have sex until you're 25. If you get
I'm
a girl
sorry.
pregnant, this is what I meant.
I'm
No,
sorry.
if you get a girl pregnant, your life is over. You can catch a disease.
See,
Like, I want him to scare him straight.
no, and
but
that's fine.
His dads and
See,
uncles
no.
yo.
I'm like, if he's not thinking about it yet or talking about it, don't go introducing it
I
to him.
know,
Like,
right.
I kind of am like, when they find it themselves, then you go give them that. So I have no
Okay.
problem with you doing that, like,
No.
as a mother.
I'm
either.
only
Like,
joking. I'm very open with my
But-
kid.
'cause
But I wish I could be like, dope. You know what I mean?
No,
But you know,
'cause
like you say, you are. They're gonna do it.
Yeah, because I still tell them like I still tell them all that like yo don't because I never was one of them. I'm like yo, for one, I'm not just getting anybody pregnant. No, I
Right.
gotta be stuck with them because I'm gonna want the
Right.
kid. I'm gonna want to keep like
Yes.
the kid. I'm gonna want to be in the kid's life, so I know I'm going to deal with her. So
Right.
no, but then the diseases and all that. So I was like,
It's a real thing.
but I was just like, but because he was already doing it, I was like, yo,
Yeah.
it's no way I
That was
could
good
tell you
advice.
stop.
Yeah, I always tell your trash. It's good advice. I mean, because like I don't know. I feel like when you're a mom and you're raising a daughter, that's hard because your daughter 15 or whatever. You're never gonna tell her like, I don't even having sex. Go ahead and keep doing. You're never gonna say that. You're gonna be like,
I'm never gonna do that.
yeah. You're gonna be like, no.
That's the one of the
No.
only few things I'm gonna be a hypocrite about. Like, I'm like, I got a daughter, and
Yeah.
and I was like, but that's why I teach kids period too, because that's also my message too. Even with the children's books I do, they are about teaching
Don't just slide that
self-love.
in there. You do children books. You just slide that in there. Wait.
You know, I
back
think
up.
Keith said the same thing. He did the same thing to me, like because
just
I be
slide it in
forgetting. Like
there.
I'm not so self-absorbed. I'm sorry.
Right? Children books?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. What kind of children books?
Yeah.
Like, what age group should I say?
Mainly like you could do it from mainly like 6 to 8.
Okay.
But I just say anywhere, like, because even my last book, Crown Fit for You, children's book, my mom, when she ordered it, read it, she was like, I think some adults should read this.
Yes.
It's all, because it's mainly about, like, the same message of, like, the king and everything, but understand, like, your crown is your identity, and you hold on to that. You don't give it away, not for money. You respect yourself, all self-care. So that's what I teach my daughter first. If you love yourself, you respect yourself, and women too.
Yes.
A lot of men are gonna respect you.
Yeah.
So like that's why when you say it, like if you're too easy, then like no, you don't get wifey material. Like
Yeah.
I'm also one of them. I was one of them. Like I love to chase.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to get sometimes I don't want to get your number right away. I want to
Earn it.
yeah.
What's the name of the book?
A Crown Fit for You. My first
Crown
book.
Fit for You.
I Can Do All Things.
I'm gonna put the
On
link
Barnes
right
and
here.
Noble.
Yep, I'm gonna put the link right here. Buy his book. That's so dope.
Thank you.
I didn't know that. That's lit.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but it's all like just the message of self-love. Because I always say like, if you can, because I think one of the best traits I've had like just coming up is just not being easily influenced. Like if I don't want to do something and I say I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it. So I feel like and you can get around like just being yourself. That's why I say everybody just be who you are, and people respect you. If you don't want, and if they don't want you around, that's not the crowd for you. Don't be around them.
I love this. This is so good. Marcus, Yes, I didn't know any of these things. That's so good. Soulies, go buy his book. That's like so dope. And you said it's from 6 to 8, but it's like adults should read it too. So that's like a great thing. Yeah. So no, I would definitely buy it. That's like dope. But I think it's really encouraging for kids to know like to be yourself, because like especially in a time like this where TikTok is ruling. I gotta tell you something I did really dumb yesterday, y'all, on TikTok. It's this kid on TikTok. His name is Vex something. Look, it's on Bluetooth. I'm turning Bluetooth off, y'all. Sorry. His name is Vex something. I don't know his name, but long story short, my son said, "Mom, are we about to follow this guy named Vex? So his name is, and he's gonna have like 10 million followers. And at midnight, we all gonna unfollow him." I said, "Why?" He said, "That's just what we doing, like just to make him mad." So he takes my TikTok. He follows the guy from my TikTok. He does it. When I tell you I'm not lying, the kid had like 8.2 million yesterday. When I looked last night at like 12:01, he had 4.4 million. He was dropping there. Like, but these are things that we don't get. That our kids have so much influence on social media. Yeah. These are things that you get what I'm saying.
See, the
like,
person I am, I would look at my son like, you a hater. Like,
listen,
that's some
no,
hate.
but I said it. I said,
you a hater,
why?
and I don't condone that.
I said that. Oh my gosh! I said, why? He was like, we just doing it. I said, listen. What's the time? I said, you just hating. I'm like, you don't think that's hate? He said, I mean, it's just trendy. We just having fun. So kids look at things like we just having fun, right? But us, how we grew up, we like, but that's kind of like dicky a little bit. Like, you know what I was doing, you following everybody. Right. But they look at it as being fun. And I think that 2025, we should bring fun back. Like, not taking everything so seriously. Definitely working through your issues, but I think working through your issues can be doing more active stuff. Like, I enjoy being active and working out and running and all that, doing those things.
Same.
And I like that for dates. Like if I go on dates now, I was like, I don't want to go drinking because my tequila brain likes you, but my sober brain don't. So I didn't be sober all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be like, cause I'm drunk and I'm like, oh, he's fun because we having fun right now, you know. So
what is your type? I'm pretty sure you said that on this show.
I don't think I ever said my type. Like, have I ever said my type before? I don't think I have a.
Maybe early on.
Yeah,
it could change, honestly.
Yeah, I had I was a chubby chaser at one point in life. Like, I liked it. Like I like big guys. Liked it is not a word. I liked big guys at one point in life. Only because I feel like when guys are like big, you feel safe. But then when I was a guy, he had got beat up in front of me. He was a big guy. So after that, I was like, that I can't correlate the two.
Yo,
like for the safe.
Like you gotta stop. I did not see that. Anytime I heard that, nobody ever said that. Like just like yeah, but I'm like, dang.
I'm just saying. So like, I think that kind of like changed my mind with that. I don't like dating guys that's my exact height because I feel like if I'm my arm around you, I'm coaching you. Like, come let me tell you something. Like, kind of. So, like, you get what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. To be your height, that's kind of crazy.
I'm really tall. I feel like Marcus is not my favorite guest no more this year, y'all. Because I'm really tall. But in my mind, I think I'm tall because I'm really the tallest girl in my family.
Okay.
But I know in real life,
In some weird way, she's not lying.
He's talking about family before.
Oh,
my
okay.
family is really tight, like
see,
low
but he's
smurfs.
tall though.
I do not get tall. I'm okay.
He's tall.
Ain't that tall. But my kid is really, really tall. So it's like weird when I like, you know, people like, well, how he so tall? And I'm like, you hating. Like, that's hating shit. I have long legs, so weird. But my type, I don't know, Marcus. I think I really like people who have confidence. I used to have a physical type before. Like I only like guys who was dark skinned, tall, dark skinned, and handsome. But then, you know, as I got older, it's like those guys who got work for pussy. So they don't got personality, kind of. So it had to be like boring a little bit. And not like a boring guy, not like that, but like if you don't gotta work for a girl, you don't gotta work for like the number, like you said, you gotta work for like that type stuff. It's something like I don't want you. So long story short, I like guys with personality, and that's fun and that's very smart. I'm really attracted to a guy that is smart that we can keep a conversation going.
All right, doesn't matter ethnicity. You know?
I think that I want to date a white man this year.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Only because I never did it before. Why not try something new?
Because I definitely heard a clip when you were talking about like black men not liking black women, or why is that not a type? And it was funny because I couldn't wait. I wanted her to ask me that because I'm one of them. Like, no, I always prefer a black girl.
Do you really?
Yes. It stopped in like my teenage years, like when I would be dating like Puerto Ricans and all, because certain things still showed me, and it wasn't even like my personal experience. Somebody close to me, it still showed me like, yo, they're still going to call you some racist. They're still going to treat you differently. Like, it don't got to be them in particular, but it be family members, and if that family member got to be around, it's just like, nah. So it's like, so ever since like. So you definitely like teenage, like from 19 definitely on, and I mean I never been in a relationship with definitely not a white girl, but Hispanic girl, yeah, but everybody I really dated, adulthood, teenage, black.
I don't think I could ever really date a white man because I felt we wouldn't have any in common. But quick story, my kid, he dates like, cause he goes to a school that's like everybody. So they're not racist. When kids are like young like that, they don't feel like that. But anyway, he was dating this white girl. He was like, I'm having a party. I go to our house. So I'm very like black mom, like, and his dad's very black dad. So we need to talk to them. He was like, we need to like talk to him before you go over there. So I called the mom. I was like, hey, he said, y'all invite him to the party. Is he allowed to come? She said, oh, for sure. She said, all the kids come from the school. He gonna come. Now, mind you, these kids these days, they don't do parties how we did parties. We did like dollar parties where the lights was off. We danced and grinded and shit. They do kickbacks. We're just in a room like this, just chilling. It's too fucking chill, right?
That's cool for them.
Too chill. But I love it because it's like, right. So he goes to the party. I drop him off. We live like 30 minutes away. I drop him off. I said, let me know when you're ready. The mom said the party over at 11 o'clock. I think I dropped him off like 9:15. I get halfway home. He called like, Mom, they put us out. I'm like, what? He like, the dad came home. He a detective. He had the gun on him, all that. He walked in. He said, everybody was there chilling. He said, he looked at me and my two friends and said, y'all got a ride? And he said, we was like, yeah. He was like, okay, well, y'all can go ahead and call y'all, get y'all ride. Made him go outside. Mind you, it was like 30 degrees outside. This is like maybe a month ago, right? So he like, but we have an old neighbor. We used to live in like a neighborhood close to all his friends. We moved out. We live like farther in the suburbs. So he called my old neighbor who was probably like 20 or whatever and was like, we just got put out this party. Can you pick us up? My mom probably far away now. And, whatever. So the neighbor's like, yeah, I got you. I'm not far, I'm like 5 minutes away. Picks him up, take him to his house, and then, he called me. I go pick him up. But at this point, I'm mad. Like, I just dropped you off. Why they put you out? And he like, the dad walked in, and he looked at us and said, you got to go. Then y'all know these kids these days, they all dress the same. North Face jacket, black Fabuletics or Lulus, whatever. They all kind of like wearing black or gray all the time, right? So because my kid is tall, they're just treating stuff like they look at white dads will always look at our kids like they're trouble, no matter what. Mind you, I have a perfect kid, great kid. He's a nice. I don't know. I'm like nice, cool kid. He's not a follower. He's himself. He don't care what. That made me mad. He really be chilling at all times, right? And funny kid, great personality, sports kid, whatever. It made me mad because that mean this white man walked in this room. So, cause mind you, it was all mainly like white girls, a few black girls. It was a black kid there who was a little flamboyant, I guess you could say. And I'm just saying, like, because I'm just pointing out he only put the 3 black boys. Why you put them out? Like, and I called the mom and I was freaking out. Like, my child don't walk nowhere. My child very privileged. She drives everywhere. I don't have him stand outside on corners or waiting outside. She was like, well, the kids was in there drinking and they're young. I don't allow drinking in my house. They're not of age. I'm like, I get that, right? But the other kids was allowed to wait inside the house for their rides. Why is my child out? Right. But that's racist shit. I mean, I tell you the whole story to say that no matter how much you try to protect our kids, they're going to go through some shit like that. Right. Which might be racist to them. And they don't get it because my son wasn't like, he put us out because he was black. His friends said it like, Miss Ish, we black. So they put us out with him. I said like, I don't think so much. Because he's so nice. And I'm like, boy, yes, because you was black. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And because he's so nice. But this white man who put him out don't get that. My son just really is a nice kid. He's not like, he didn't even blame you for what you did. He just said we had to leave. He said, because the white girls was drinking. We didn't drink. We walked in the door. We was in a corner just sitting there talking to each other. They was over there drinking. These little girls over there. Things like that. And I feel like a lot of times our black kids get blamed for sometimes for things that they wouldn't do. And I just say the whole story to say, like, no matter what, people will be racist towards our kids. That's why I wouldn't date a white man, because like you said, the man probably wouldn't be racist to me, but his mom, his grandma might be like, who this nigga girl? You mean like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, they say not allowed to call. White people can't call their people ancestors, they say. Is that true?
I
heard that.
I never
heard
heard
that.
I heard that.
They had folks before them.
I'm about to say,
You know what I'm saying, like that. Or
I'm
if not
telling you.
eviler. So, but
And when you still say, yeah, my grandmother, like she was born this year, and I'm like, depending on the years you say,
Yes,
it's still like
it matters.
I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be.
do you think? Are you currently married?
Yep.
Okay. Do you think that? So you believe in marriage? I'm the opposite way. I don't believe in marriage anymore. For me, for everybody else, congratulations.
You a hustler, that's why.
I mean, I just feel like marriage kind of like, if I ain't go through what I wouldn't do it with me, eat your heart out. But I feel like, but honestly, I do love marriage though. I honestly feel like social media killed marriage. Like, I think that people don't even care to get married. They'll get married for the pictures for social media, but for the real love, like, how do you feel about marriage with social media right now?
If you can make it work for you where you don't let everybody else infiltrate in it, then it's cool. But that's one of the reasons why I keep a lot of that personal stuff off, because it was people around me. I'm telling you, they'll take all the best pictures, family pictures, everything, be going through. I'm like, y'all don't even know the house is divided right now, like in the heat of it, and they had to go do this in the heat of it,
right?
And I'm like, and what this is going on, that's going on. They're accusing this person of that one. This one, they putting hands on each other, and they all for the gram. Like, it looked good, and I'm like, yo, that's one of the reasons why I never was the relationship goals, because I'm like, yo, everybody go through their stuff, because I went through my stuff, and I was like, yo, everything ain't perfect all the time. I was like, I could show you this one picture from like, what was it, like 2022, at her mom's wedding. And I'm like, the crazy thing is, we all taking pictures. I'm like, but you can see on our face, because even my homies that came, they was like, yo, I was wondering why y'all was so distant. I was like, yo, because it was really like I was on my way out. Like, I was like really on some, like, okay, let me get an apartment and like go, like, and I was like, people would never know. I was like,
but y'all fought through it, it sound like, which is great.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the hard part, because I feel like when like social media first came out, whatever, I was married. I felt like, because my ex thought that everything was like, he could touch it now. Like, oh, this is tangible for me. I can go and date whoever I want to date in the world. And now you ain't the baddest. Like, because he thought I was the baddest. It wasn't no social media, I guess. But now everybody can see everybody. Like, all right, you ain't you ain't the best person I can be with. But not realizing, like, everybody got filters on. Everybody got life filters on, like you said, like acting like everything is good and it's really not. So, I think marriage is just not for me, but I want to get back in a world where everybody really is getting married for real love, not just like for a good picture. Or pajamas with a new guy or something like that.
And I think it, yo,
for real.
I just heard what you said for pajamas and all that, but nah, because again, people, like, it's like when people say it's just a contract thing, and I'm like, it's how you look at it. If you're gonna treat it like a contract, it's gonna be a contract. But it's supposed to be a covenant. Like, so I didn't do that, because I'm like, yo, I could have, if I wanted things for business reasons, it's options.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yep.
But again, it was like, when you have this is why I wanted to go back to the strong woman thing. Like, and the only reason why I say you probably don't believe in it just a little more, because you a hustler, like, you out here, like, so it's like and I know this is demanding, it's like, so you ain't really like, and you ain't about to shut down for nobody, and I wouldn't blame you, like, because I'm like, you the infamous eat your heart out. So like, so I'm like, so I understand your point of view, but this is why when I say, oh, don't put me with them other podcasters, because I look at it just like, you know how men and all them, and I got people close to me too who talk like, who watch these type of guys, and I'm like, yo, again, that is not my experience. Even from the good girls to the crazy ones, never was my experience, because I always still carried myself, and my homies, like, we always carried ourselves like men. I'm not gonna argue with you like a woman. Now, I ain't gonna say I won't have arguments, but that's like when you're actually with somebody. Like, but I was like, it's just certain things I'm not gonna do. I don't let women do heavy lifting around me. It's just a lot of things. Like,
a real man.
Yeah, like, but I'm like, I got sisters and all that too, and I still see how it helped my little sister, like, with who she dated. Like, so I was like, yo, I was just talking about it earlier. Like, yo, we had no reason to try to intimidate him. I'm like, for one, he already heard you got how many older brothers? And then two.
That'd be crazy.
And then two, it's like I only ever heard good things, which is like the same thing about me that was always like, even with my friends, everybody always, they families always like, I loved you before I met you, because all I ever heard was good things. So I'm like, yo, as long as he treat you right and doing the right things. But she came, because this is my sister-in-law, but she was so young. Like when I came around, she was like 11 technically.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and she's about to be 21. So
Yeah.
now it's like
That's real family.
Yeah, it's like, so she had me to really watch and like show her, because I always tell people, women too, if you want to learn how men are, look at the actions of your brothers, your uncles, your dad,
yes,
and all that. But that's why, again, I know I'm jumping places, but
no, we appreciate this.
Another reason why I teach self-love, because I have a daughter and I understand like who I was too, even though I was a good dude, but I was like, but I still did my thing. So what I did, ever since she came home, I put her in the mirror, tell her how beautiful she is. So the first nigga that tell her she beautiful, she don't just fall for him.
Exactly.
Like, and she still see like what I do. That's why I take a lot of what I do serious. Why I take my personal life serious too, because as a father and like, just as a man, for real.
No, I love that, Marcus, because I feel like it's very important. I ain't had my dad in my life until I was like 14 or something like that. And he lived like 8 blocks away. But that ain't the point. I feel like it was important that I had a grandmother who made me. She told me that I wasn't pretty, I was sexy. So I think that messed me up for many years. Like, oh, I gotta be sexy. I think that once I became into my own, and I was kind of like, all right, I'm strong and I'm fun and I'm funny. That helped me, figure out who I was as a person. But I think doing that for your daughter is like amazing. And I do it for my son all the time. Like, I think it was I dated a guy before I wrap up. I dated a guy, and me and my son would talk on the phone, and he'll be like, I love you. Every time up the phone, he'll be like, how much you gonna tell your son you love him? And I'm like, this is our last date. That was the end of it. Like, that rap, because it's kind of like, because you're not used to getting love, or you don't know how to love, don't put that on me and my child, because we love each other, and he don't care if we're his friends or not. All right, ma, I love you. And I think that's important, because everybody don't get I love you all the time from everybody. Yeah. So that's important,
And I'm one of the people who grew up like that too, like, where the I love yous weren't just like, that's why I'm a very affectionate person. Me too.
Like, yep. It's important.
I always say that, like, because then, what's your love language?
Touch. And
you never talked about that either?
I did before, but Lionel was always laughing at me. Because they like their words. Touch. I like when like people talk to me like and they touch me. Like, that's kind of like my love language. And then also like words of encouragement.
All right, it's the same for me.
Really?
Like,
yeah. I don't like gift giving. My birthday's in 16 days. I'm a Capricorn. Here I come. I'm coming crazy this year. Like, yes. So
is it hard dating for you?
No, it's really easy to date for me. My ex-husband's my best friend. I don't think I have all my exes I'm still cool with. It's not hard dating for me, but I do think
I'm kind of the same.
I think that I'm just kind of like I need I'm too busy. Let's say that.
No, I can understand
full
that.
life, like 2 jobs, a kid, a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how often do you get asked these questions that I'm asking you, like, on that level?
Not often anymore, only because I probably barely date at all right now. But more so when I do date, it's like I date a guy for like 7 days and I'm done. If I don't find there's no connection, then we can be cool. So we won't ever get to that. We won't get that deep. But that's the last guy who asked me that. I still love him. This guy I dated like last year. He was like really good at asking me questions and trying to get to know me. But I felt like we just was on 2 different. He was older. We was on 2 different levels. So like his fun wasn't my fun. You get what I'm saying? Like, so, but yeah, I don't get asked that
his
too
knees
often.
Definitely don't work the same.
It was like you can't run with me because I'm still here running. Like, but no, I appreciate you coming today, Marcus. This was such a good episode. Like, it was such a good episode that is coming out right now. I'm gonna go home and put it out right now because it's supposed to come out today anyway. I'm put out the episode and the YouTube today.
I ain't gonna lie. For the few appearances that I did, this is one of the few times where I'm like, dang, that's it. Like, I'm like, this is one of the few, like, oh, I could do 3 hours right now. Like, I could do that.
Well, thank you. It makes me feel good because sometimes I'll be like, what? We almost done? Like, I'm like, where we at? Lana, where we at? But no, I appreciate you today. This was like such a good conversation. I feel like it was needed to start the new year off. Soulies, I hope you had a good episode today or a good
I really enjoyed it.
We leave with the heart of the week. Basically, it's anything you want to say, I'll start it off. It's nothing in particular. It's just whatever you feel like you want to just give people encouragement for the week. So mine's is, it's a new year. It's a new me. Don't change your number because of one person. You want to be accessible to people in case you missed out for a job opportunity or stuff like that. But hope you guys have a good year. Start off right. Go work out. Go for a walk. And mental healthness is really important. What you got, Marcus?
Learn how to be selfish and set boundaries and understand everybody. You don't have to live in everybody's world. They don't got to live in yours. And what I mean by that is those people who who still have jealousy on them, who deal with toxic people or toxic environments that you're trying to get out of. Don't be afraid. I don't care if it's your mama. Don't be afraid to put them boundaries on and live your life, because if it ain't get you nowhere, it ain't going to get you nowhere. So you just learn how to be selfish and set boundaries for yourself and live your own life and live your world. Because I wasn't afraid to tell people hey, I up and moved to a new city and doing all that because nobody had a life I wanted. So I'm out here chasing dreams.
I love this. Before we wrap up, you from New York?
No, I'm from Jersey.
Oh, okay. What part of Jersey?
Like the Atlantic County area. I like 20 minutes outside of Atlantic City.
Okay, cool.
I spend most of my time in Mays Landing.
Okay. Because I heard it before. I think because my job. Because your hat. People from New York love wearing New York hats. That's why.
I just like the style of it's 940.
Nice
I just love the style.
Okay,
that's why.
right.
People probably think I never thought about that because I got so many of the Yankees ones that people probably think that. But I was like, no, I just really just like the style. They the only few that make them in this style.
That?
Yeah.
No, because you sound like a Philly person. But when you said that, I'm like, oh, maybe New York. But okay. All right. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have a new year. A happy New Year. See you next time. Bye.